1 year ago, I built my crypto mining phone farm, and now I've just boosted the setup. It's a free project to start, and it's earning me thousands of tokens a month. You can run this on Android or iPhone, and the token is listing in April of this year. And unlike other phone mining projects, there's no overheating, no need to be plugged in 24/7, and no heavy electricity costs. And I can monitor them anytime from my phone. And make sure you stay till the end of the video, as I'll share my earnings so far, my new researched phones for 2025, and my top tips for maximizing your earnings. And you don't want to miss that, because it's a year of my mistakes that I'm going to share with you. I'll also announce the winner of my phone giveaway competition from the last video, and I'll announce an even bigger one in this video. In this video, I'll go over what Acurast is and what it's trying to achieve. I'll go through the rewards and how they work for this project. I'll show you step by step how you can get set up with Acurast today, including in the airdrop program. I'll then show you how I built and upgraded my existing phone farm. And then finally, I'll go through my earnings so far. I'll explain my setup and the tips to maximize your earnings and make the most out of this setup. I'll have all the links in the description. Right, let's jump straight into this video. Right, let's jump into the Acurast website so we can learn more about this project, what it's trying to achieve, and why I decided to build a phone farm for it. So Acurast is trying to build a decentralized cloud compute network. Now, cloud computing is something which is huge, but centralized companies are controlling most of the market. In fact, over 65% of the market is owned by Amazon, Azure, and Google Cloud. And these companies don't have your best interests at heart. They can control your data and monitor what you are doing because of the centralized nature in which those are. And that's a major problem for me and you. And Acurast is trying to combat that by deploying this network on mobile phones. And you can either provide your mobile compute and earn rewards, or you can actually deploy centralized compute at the moment using the Acurast network. And they've even got a tutorial on their website on how to set up an LLM using Acurast. That's for AI purposes. Now, you might want to ask the question, why are they focusing on mobile phones? Well, there's a bunch of reasons why they want to do that. One of the first reasons is that security is already built into the hardware of modern day smartphones. So for example, iPhone is one of the most secure devices that you can purchase today, probably more than your own PC. And that's because it has so much of your personal data on it. So you can leverage that hardware for your own gain. The second reason mobile phones make sense is that modern day high-end phones have got built-in CPU, GPU, security, and also TPU. The tensor processing unit is actually a chip that allows you to run AI on these small devices. So if you could get thousands of those devices together, well, you've got a mini AI cloud compute system. And that's one of the other benefits that they can get from using mobile phones. And the other thing is the sheer size of the market. Compared to 13 million new servers sold annually, there's over 1.4 billion phones that are sold all around the world. And there's a problem today of fake GPUs and computers. And because mobile phones can be verified by their design, that's their original equipment manufacturer number, it means it's more safe and reliable for companies. And one of the biggest reasons actually is that it's over 100 times cheaper than purchasing something like a Dell server, which would cost you around $3,000. But if you upcycle a phone, a second-hand one, you could probably get it between $30 to $40, which means that those phones are not going to end up in the landfill and is better for the environment. And the project is super successful. They've got over 35,000 devices that have been onboarded. Now, this has gone up a lot since my last video, so congrats if you got in from that video. And they've had over 7,500 compute deployments that have been executed on chain. These are deployments that companies have deployed onto Acurast. And they're well on their way on their roadmap. They launched their Cloud Rebellion, they launched their iPhone processor, and mainnet is expected in Q1 of 2025. In fact, that's expected to be token generation in April of this year. So that's a brief overview of the Acurast project. If you want to learn more about this project, I did an in-depth video in my last video, and you can watch that here in the top right-hand corner, or you can watch it in the description. So we move on to the next question. How do the rewards work for the Acurast project? Well, because we are in beta at the moment, users are going to earn cACU tokens. And once we move to mainnet, then that's going to be the ACU token. We don't have an exact answer of how the cACU tokens will convert to the ACU tokens. We'll get that information a little bit closer to token generation. And there are two ways in which you can onboard your devices with Acurast. One of them is Acurast Core. This means that your phone is a dedicated device. You can't run anything else on there, and that's only available for Android. And the second option is through the Acurast Lite mobile app. And this is available for both Android and iOS. And this will require you to download an app that runs in the background on your phone. The added benefit of the Acurast Lite is that you can run other apps on that phone if you wanted to utilize multi-mining. And I actually did a video on the top 4 passive crypto mining apps. If that's something you're interested, you could check that out. And the rewards for this project come in 3 different ways. The first one is that each device, regardless of whether it's an Acurast Lite or Acurast Core, will receive 250 cACU tokens per device per month. And there's no limit to the number of devices per IP address. And the second way that you can earn cACU tokens is if your compute power is used by developers. Now remember, they're more likely to use your device if it's a dedicated device because they don't want an unreliable device through Acurast Lite. And that's why I've opted for a dedicated phone because I want to get these extra cACU tokens. And the third way that you can earn rewards in this project is by earning missed tokens. And you get those by joining the Cloud Rebellion. This is Acurast's incentivized beta testnet. You can register for free, start completing tasks, and when you onboard devices through that, you'll get additional missed tokens. There is a conversion to the ACU token, but we don't know what that is yet. Of course, I'll update you once we get more information. So that's the rewards with this project in a nutshell. Okay, so if you want to get started today, even if you don't have your phone yet, let me talk you through a step-by-step on how you can get set up with Acurast. Step 1 is going to be to join the Cloud Rebellion. This is going to allow you to get the missed tokens that I spoke about earlier. It's free to join and you need a referral code. This is mine on the screen. I'll have a link in the description. Simply click Join the Cloud Rebellion and choose one of the wallets. MetaMask is probably easier for most of you to choose. Now, once you're into the Cloud Rebellion homepage, you can actually start taking part in the quests and start earning missed tokens. But the second thing that you're going to want to do is ensure that you have an Acurast compatible mobile phone. Now, I've got a list of all of the compatible mobile phones here, but it's quite detailed for you to go through. And if you don't have the time to go through each one, later on in the video, I break down my setup and I'm also going to share with you the best phones for you based on where you live. So make sure you stick around for that part because I found the cheapest devices and additional items you can purchase to have your phone farm set up. Now, whether you're using one of your existing phones or you're going to purchase a new or used one, step 2 is going to be to onboard that processor. So in the Cloud Rebellion, you're going to click on onboard processor here. That's going to take you to this page. And then I'm going to direct you to go to the console. Now, regardless of whether you've got an Acurast Lite or an Acurast Core, go through this step. It'll make sense because it's going to allow you to earn those missed tokens. You can use the same wallet that you used to sign into the Cloud Rebellion to get onto the Acurast console, and it'll look something like this. You'll have your balance here, which I'm going to blur at the moment. Make sure you do stay tuned because I'm going to share my rewards later on in the video. So now you're into here, we're going to go on to step 3, which is to fund your account. Click on Fund Account, and it's going to go to this page here. It should have your wallet displayed. Simply click I'm not a robot and get tokens. That's going to give you some tokens as gas fees to onboard your devices. Once you've got your gas fees, the third thing you want to do is simply click on Add New Device. Now, once you do that, it's going to sign a transaction and it's going to bring up a QR code. So once you've got to this step here, you can now decide whether you have an Acurast Core, a dedicated phone, or you want to use an Acurast Lite. If you have an Acurast Core, make sure that your phone is factory reset, or if it's brand new, turn it on. And from the home page, simply tap the home screen about 10 or 15 times. Once you do that, you'll get a camera which is going to look for a QR code. Use the QR code to scan this code on the screen. Once you carry out that process, after a few minutes, you should have your phone attested and running as an Acurast Core dedicated phone. And the process for Acurast Lite is exactly the same. Once you get to this QR code, simply download the app. Once you get to the app, this should be what you see on your screen right now. Make sure you click Connect to Console. If you don't do that, you'll earn your tokens, but you won't get the missed rewards. Once you click Connect to Console, you simply need to scan the QR code, that's the one that you have on screen, and then it's going to show you to set up a work profile. Now, a work profile is a separate profile inside your mobile phone, which will mean that it's secure from all of your other items. But it will run in the background, meaning you can run other apps on that phone if you want to. After you've completed that, you should see your Acurast active on your console and earning those rewards. And most importantly, you'll get the additional missed rewards. And it's simple as that. You're onboarded onto the Acurast network. I just want to pause the video here. If you're taking value from my video so far, I'd super appreciate it if you could like the video and also subscribe to the channel. It will allow me to put more projects in front of you. And if you love communicating with this type of community, then why not join my Discord? It's in the description below, and you can chat to fellow people, not on this project, but on all the other projects that I've covered so far. Right, let's get back into this video. Okay, so let's build my phone farm together. First of all, I'll show you what my old phone farm looked like. This is the setup that I had in my last video. As you can see, I've got my 10 phones. It's a little bit bulky with the wires sticking out, but it did well for me at the time. But I've outgrown it now because I've added another 10 phones to my setup. And now to help me with that, I've purchased this, which is a Cellhasher phone holder. And make sure you do stay towards the end of the video because I'm going to go through this in detail, where you can purchase it. And I'll also talk about all the other additional items that I purchased to make my setup possible. Now, the awesome thing about this is it comes with a power cable, built-in air fans to cool your devices, and it's got a grate in the middle that can hold up to 20 mobile phones super slim together. It comes with these attachments, but I'm not going to use these right now. This is if you wanted to remove your battery and hardwire your phone to the mainframe. This is more useful for phone mining projects like Acurast and others, but I don't need it for what I have. Obviously, it comes with a USB-C to USB adapters. Now, 10 of my phones are USB-C and 10 of my phones are micro USB. But later on in the video, I do break down additional adapters that you can purchase pretty cheap to make that setup possible. All I had to do was plug in the USB-C, line it up with the USB portion on this device, and I was able to set up my device. You can watch me setting it up here. There is a bit of a gap between the devices, and the fan at the bottom runs super cool. But as I'll show you a little bit later on, you don't need to have this switched on 24/7, which is going to save the batteries in your device. So I do recommend you stay for my tips and tricks section to maximize your earnings and safeguard your phones. Right, time for the overdue Acurast phone giveaway. I know it's been 8 months. I do apologize. All you had to do was follow a few steps and you'll be in for that giveaway. Now, don't be upset if you couldn't get involved or you didn't win, because I'm going to do another giveaway right after this, and it's going to be even bigger and better. But let's jump into that giveaway. Let's see who our first winner is. Congratulations to In The Ram Music. In The Ram Music, you're the winner of the first Acurast compatible mobile phone. All you have to do is contact the email on the screen and then prove to me that this is your YouTube channel. I'll show you how you can do that. And I'll send you a Acurast compatible mobile phone, or if you're in a country that doesn't allow me to do that, I'll send you the funds so that you can purchase one yourself. Let's do another draw for another lucky winner. Right, and the second winner is Krieger Adventures. Once again, contact the email on screen and I'll get in touch with you for your Acurast compatible mobile phone. So well done. Right, so congratulations to those who won. Let me announce another giveaway, which is going to be bigger and better than the last one. Now, to take part in this giveaway, all you have to do is, number 1, like the video. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. Number 3, join the Acurast Rebellion using my invite code. And number 4, leave a comment in the description that wasn't generated by AI, but is a crazy reason as to why you want to win this giveaway. I'll announce the winner in my next Acurast video, and I'll have a bunch of prizes for those of you who take part. I'll be giving away a free Cellhasher to one lucky person who takes part in the giveaway. I'll be giving away one Acurast compatible mobile phone, and I'll also be giving away a bunch of Acurast merch that not many people have got their hands on at the moment. So it's going to cost you nothing just to take part in that giveaway. Okay, so I've teased you long enough. Let me talk about my earnings so far, my expectations for the future, and then I'll also talk to you my tips and tricks on how I think you can maximize your earnings and protect your mobile phones. So far I've earned 17,580 cACU tokens. I've only added my additional 10 mobile phones in the last few days. So this is mainly from 10 mobile phones which have been online since I made my video last year, which was around April. I'm hoping this is going to convert well into the ACU token once we hit mainnet. And now that I've got my 20 devices, I'll be updating you on how my rewards do as we go forward, especially if I start getting projects deployed onto those devices. So let me talk to you about the Acurast compatible mobile phones. Now, if you're getting an Android, it's got to be Android 12 or higher. And if it's an iPhone, make sure that it's an iPhone 6s or higher. You can buy iPhone 6s's for quite cheap on eBay, depending on where you live. If you want to buy a brand new dedicated mobile phone, then the way that I would recommend you do that is go to Google Shopping and type in cheap cheap Android 12 phone. In the US, I found this to be the cheapest, which is $43. It's a Android 13 smartphone with a pretty decent spec for what you want. Or you can buy this one for $55, which is again an Android 12 unlocked mobile phone. And in the UK and some other European countries, the Xiaomi Red 3 proved to be the cheapest. It was actually $50 at the time of my purchase, currently sitting at around $59, and the price might fluctuate for that device. And with regards to the phone holder, the 10 mobile holder was this one that I purchased. The reason I bought it is because it had a built-in fan and it was power plugged in. But if you want to buy the 20 phone holder, this is the one that I purchased. It's called the Cellhasher Classic, and you can purchase it for around $150. I'll have a discount code in the description if you want to get that device, and it'll have a bit of a discount on that as well. Now, my device only came with a USB to USB-C. It didn't have the micro USB attachment that you can see here, but I was able to purchase a couple of these from Amazon. So if you've got a micro USB, you can purchase this item here. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is that you don't need your devices plugged on and charging 24 hours a day. It could damage the battery and cause some battery expansion. What I realized is that they can actually run for around 2 weeks without being charged. So if you can go to Amazon and purchase a cheap smart plug and then program it to turn on once every 2 weeks, and that will allow you to charge your phone every 2 weeks, keep them fully charged, but it means that they're not constantly plugged in 24 hours a day. And another way that you can safeguard your setup is by going into the Acurast console and clicking on activities. This is going to launch the Telegram monitoring bot, which allows you to remotely see your devices if they're online and if there's any problems with your devices. So if I run a status check here, you can see that I've got 19 processors that are fine, and one of them has got a warning. So I'm going to check into that to make sure what the problem is with it. And the last bit of advice that I'll give you, which is going to maximize your phone's life, if the screen is on, it will hugely deplete the battery. And every time you turn on the power or turn off the power, the screens will automatically turn on. So just make sure that if you turn off the electricity, simply press the standby button on each of your devices, turning off the screen. That will increase your battery life by at least a week and a half. So if you make use of these tips and tricks, I'm sure that you can maximize the lifespan of your mobile phones, therefore maximizing your earnings. Right, that's it from this video. I hope you took a ton of value from my Acurast phone farm setup. Let me know your thoughts if you're going to be getting involved yourself. And if you like these types of videos, why not check this one out here? And if you want to stay updated on future projects like this, you can join my free subscriber newsletter. I'll have that in the description. All right, that's it from me. I'll catch you in the next video.